Non-profit report is going live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Nonprofit Report. Your host for today, Jorge Villalobos from The Best Restoration, and in the production, Elio La Fiesta Piedra. Yeah, I know. We're going to start this program saying first that congratulations to the people of United Way. What a nice event that we have this Friday in the Coach Spurrier restaurant. That was packed. The place was incredible. The food was nice. Thank you to Freddie, Weavy, and obviously to Coach Spurrier for help us to put this together, or for help United Way to put this together. And a big message and a big hug to Amber Miller, the new CEO and president of United Way. She did a fantastic job, and believe me, it was very nice to see people and give hugs to people, and that was we were missing this for a while. Also, I want to say thank you. I received my diploma, I don't know how you call this, Premium Small Business Partner, The Best Restoration. Thank you to United Way. And also a great message for our friends from San Francisco House. Today I'm wearing my share of Volunteer of the Year. I'm really proud. As soon as I go from here, I'm going to go to a nice restaurant just to show everybody what kind of volunteer I am. And thank you, Lori, and all the crew there. I love them, and thank you for what you do. Today we have a special program because we always talk about the volunteers. Most of the time, we bring the nonprofits. They talk about what they do, how they do it, what is the best way to get help from the community. But sometimes we just want to talk about the volunteers, because it's people that they just do this because they feel it. It's something that has to be done, and why not? It's a good thing at the end to help nonprofits. And we have the first person here is a really good friend and personal friend, Boris Kuchuk. Boris, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
This is going to be a combination of accents, Colombian between Russian. It's going to be wonderful. By the way, we don't going to have Elio talking because it's going to be worse. Then we're going to try to stay in the front. But Boris, thank you for being here. I know that you are extremely busy all the time, that you take the time to come to talk with us. But please tell us about you, Boris. Tell us about what brings you to Gainesville. I know that your story is really good, but also is really long. Then you have only a couple minutes, but we want to hear about how did you come here. Tell us about your experience in life, your IT experience, and how you get in the IT world. And we can go after that and talk a little bit about your business. Tell us about it.
Okay, so my name is Boris Kuchuk. I'm the owner of My IT Masters. I came to United States almost 11 years ago. How I came, it's a long story. But yeah, when I came here, as you know, I didn't speak English. Long story short, I went through a lot of stuff. And about, I would say, 6+ years ago, I opened My IT Masters. The idea behind it was I wanted to implement the IT the way I want it. I saw there's so many companies work in a really kind of strange way, not very efficient. And the IT stands for infrastructure technology, and the actual IT and computer stuff was not very organized in the companies. And I always felt like I want to improve it, and I want to do it like my way. I bring with me a lot of experience working in a hospital, in a very, very large one. I used to manage IT for 7 years, so I know how things works together. And this is exactly what I bring with me, a lot of experience in the commercial side.
That's wonderful. Tell us about your family, because your wife is a nurse, and you have 3 wonderful kids that, by the way, one of them, and I want to tell him, he always see me and say, you are my favorite dad's friend. This is what he told me. This is so cool. I feel so honored about it. Tell us about your family.
Same thing. All my family came with me. Like we came, as I said, like almost 11 years ago. The little one, her name is Emma. She was only 4 months. I'm sorry, 9 months. All right, sorry. So she basically grew up here. I have also twins, and please pray for me. They just got permit, driving permit, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm wearing helmet while I'm driving. Day driving.
That's a good experience. But, by the way, tell us about something that the people want to know before we go a little bit deeper in the topic. Is that people is asking what happened with the gas? We don't. People saying it's not gas in the stores, and tell us about this, the technological explanation of what exactly happened.
Yeah. So I would like to start a little bit prior to this situation. So the cybersecurity attacks happen all the time. And there's like really horrible statistic. You guys can all Google it, see like statistic for 2021 for cybersecurity. You'll see crazy, scary numbers. And it all starts with like awareness from the employees or how, they accessing their data. There's a lot of what we call in our industry, what's called the bad behavior when you're using, for example, business email addresses for personal use. And then a lot of time when you go and you register to a gym or somewhere else online with your business email, you're usually also going to be using the same passwords because it's just convenience, it's easy to remember. What the problem is not even your business environment. The problem is like all the other websites. Who said like they're very secure? So a lot of these websites got compromised at some point of time, and all these email and passwords leak outside. So what these hackers do, they basically take this information and go and try to access your email addresses, or access your computer environment and so on. So this is what we call the bad behavior, which create a lot of vulnerability out there. Mm-hmm. So what happened to Colonial and many other organizations, even in Gainesville and many other cities, there's a lot of phishing attacks. Phishing attacks means, you'll receive some sort of email with maybe some document, very legit. Say, hey, this is your receipt from FedEx, I don't know, UPS, whatever. People going to open up the document, going to be a Word document, and usually in the middle, it's going to be like a blurry, and in the middle is going to be like one message, say, hey, this document was created with the newer version of Microsoft Office. Click here to open it. And a lot of people, they want to achieve their task. They don't have time to think if it's legit or not. They're just going to click on it. Mm-hmm. And we believe this is what causing most of the hacking attack in the world. The data got encrypted. This is what exactly happened to Colonial. The data got encrypted by, unfortunately, Russian hackers, the dark side. And the only way to kind of get your data back, it's either if you had like a good backup, or if you're going to pay ransom. And this is what exactly they end up doing. I don't know why they were not able to retrieve, the data from the backups or anything like this. Maybe it was just too big and could take a lot longer. But they end up paying, I think, like $5 million in ransom, and they got the data back. Remember, a company like this losing probably billions of dollars, or I don't know, millions of dollars every single day. So they end up paying just $5 million just to get the data back and save money, most likely, even if they had good backups or not. A lot of companies in Gainesville have to be aware of the same situation. It's not necessarily going to be a targeting attack for specific business, because there's also a lot of automation, and every business can be hacked, every single one.
Well, I know that this is a non-profit topic, but I know that a lot of people was asking me today if you're going to have the chance to ask Boris about it. I think it's going to be a great opportunity. By the way, we're going to have a cyber attack seminar. We are trying to put something together for everybody. We're going to try to do it live with Elio, that the people are going to have the chance to know about what he's talking about and what all these things that we have to take care before we go to click things in the system that possible can create these problems.
Yeah, I want to encourage everyone, once we advertise this, to join, because this is going to be for very, very simple entry level for people, just to awareness training. See what to click, what not to click.
Okay, for the nonprofit that they are hearing us, believe me, sometimes you don't have a lot of the resources to just be sure that everything is protected. we're going to have the chance to invite you to the event. Thank you, Boris. But we can, excuse me, we brought Boris just to talk about something that is how he is involved with the nonprofits. Think about all the skills and everything that he can bring to the table for a regular company, then what he is doing to also help our nonprofits, especially our locals. Tell me about, because I know we met years ago when we started to be part of the business partners of United Way. Tell us about how was this process for you, how you discover the nonprofit world, something that for you, again, Boris is a complete task-oriented person. It's hard to move a task-oriented person to a people-oriented person. For me to bring Boris to the other side, just a little bit, even 5% or 3% was a fight for years. But believe me, I got it. Then that's the reason that he is here, because I want to hear his story. Tell us about it, Boris.
So first of all, I would like to thank you, because you was the one who told me I have to partner with United Way. Mm-hmm. So that happened a long time before we even start to work together. And I became to be a small business partner. And I really appreciate you to pushing me into this, because it feels like a lot better. Anyway, so what we bring for nonprofit. So I developed like some sort of program where we bring, first of all, a lot of discounts for nonprofit organizations. Sometimes they can save anywhere from 30% to 70%, sometimes even higher. We bring affordable technology for nonprofit. I know they short in money, short in budget, so we can bring them the best technology for almost no money. Mm-hmm. We're partnering with companies like TechSoup, which is also for nonprofit. We can introduce you to them. We can set up all this stuff. We can get them licenses for like sometimes it's over 90% discount. Which is great. They also can receive a lot of platform for free. So if there's any other nonprofit organization that's still using some personal stuff like Gmail, Hotmail, whatever, feel free to reach out to me. Consultation is always free. I can introduce them to them. They can get like a professional platform for free, absolutely free. With nonprofit, for example, I will take United Way as an example. United Way, we started work together, I think 2-3 years ago. I don't remember exactly. And when we came on board, my first goal was to optimize everything they had, either if it's like their phone system or a server. So we started with like just on a phone system, I think we saved them like a couple of $100 a month. And then we also replaced the server leasing that was like very bad terms. We completely replaced that. And I think that within the first year, just working with us, I think they probably saved almost $10,000 just for the first year, mm-hmm. With all the optimization we did for them. Now they work a lot smarter, a lot more affordable. They get the best technology, either if it's the brand new server, the technology, the phone system. They during pandemic, they could switch to work from home. It was almost transparent transition. This is how they took advantage of all this, technology that we put ahead of time.
Tell me about the other organizations that you were part of, because I remember I was in my first, I think, Family Promise board meeting, and the first thing that they talk about was about funds. And I say, you don't know Boris Kuchuk? Everybody knows Boris Kuchuk. Everybody knows Kerry Ward. She's going to be here for us in a few minutes. You don't know them. Something is wrong here. But immediately they contact them. They talk about it, they put something together, and now the system is working. But tell us about this experience, because I know that you have other organizations that you also have the chance to help.
Yeah, so same thing with Family Promise. We just recently recovered some data for them. We put a phone system for them. Same thing, the phone system during pandemic was phenomenal, because people just seriously just took the phone, went home, plug it into the home, and it was continued to work. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened to St. Francis House. St. Francis House do the full service with us, either if it's a phone or IT or cybersecurity. And same thing for them. We just, as soon as we switched them, they got so many different features that they were missing on a daily operation, because there's a lot of people who traveling out there. When you travel, you still want to keep your office phone with you, right? It's very efficient way to work. Sometimes I say, like, even if you go to Hawaii, you can still answer your phone like you're sitting in this desk, right? Yes. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, the platform, it's very smart. It's very affordable, especially for nonprofit, because I think there's not a lot of many companies out there who provide with special pricing for nonprofit. And so they can save time, they can save money, they can enjoy from the best technology out there and, do their work.
Tell me about the process, because we have a conversation and I asked the personal favor to, if I can share this with you. And is that I always talk with the people and I ask them is why they don't help the nonprofits, why they don't get really involved with the nonprofits. And most of the time, the people like you and like me, we are busy and we always say, I'm sorry, I just want to help, but I'm too busy and I cannot do it. But when the people realize how important it is to give back, to understand the benefits of that other people need something that I know that I can provide, why not? Tell me about your experience, because it was wonderful what we talked the last week about how you realized that.
Yes. So to give away, it always been my thing. I love help others. I think it's all started from the immigration I made. One of them was from Russia to Israel. So that was my first immigration, and we've been helped a lot. People, like there was a family who adopted us and continued to give. This is how I got into computers. When I relocated to Israel, I was 12 years old. The family who adopted, they kind of helped us. They gave me the first computer. This is how I all started. It's 12 years old, my first computer. The first thing I did, I took it apart. That's how I got into technology. But and over the years, they help until we've been ready to go by ourselves. Same thing when I came to United States. I was also helped by a lot of people. A lot of volunteers were teaching me English. I didn't even speak English 11 years ago. And so people gave us furniture and gave us some stuff, because we came literally was nothing, just a couple of suitcases and that's it. And with the years, when I established my business, there's so many people out there, especially, kids and who have no even computers. So what we usually do, we take all equipment that we usually replace for companies, and we wipe these computers and we give it away. Last year, we give a lot of computers to United Way, to some other organizations, and they can repurpose this equipment for kids in needs or whoever need that. So why not? As you said, why not? That's the slogan.
Then, again, it's kind of nice to try to analyze how people completely oriented to tasks, they can move. And I insist in this part, because I always tell that you have to move sometimes from your comfort zone, and you feel like, this is, I don't know, what I'm gonna do this, but definitely this is something that gonna work at the end. And tell me about your process with the immigration, because your immigration obviously was tough for us, was tough, but when you realize that you were welcome to this country, you feel the same commitment that I have, that you have to do too many things to be grateful for everything that happened?
Yeah, I guess you mentioned I'm very task oriented. I'm all about do. This is what I do all day long. Even when I have nothing to do, I create something to do. Yeah. But immigration, listen, it's tough. You know how it is. You're foreign in this country. You don't know the mentality. You don't know the culture. You don't know anything. You come with your culture and your mentality. And I feel like the culture I bring with me is pretty good. And it works wonderful in the United States. Especially the work ethics. This is what I feel like I bring. This is the most important thing for me, especially because, I'm also trying to teach my kids the same thing. Work is very important. Do your best and you'll get back at some point of time, And I feel when I just joined these business network groups like BNI and some others, and when you do your job on the best side, people want to work with you, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're immigrant, non-immigrant. It doesn't matter who you are, if you speak the language or not, yes or no. If you do the quality of job, people want to work with you. They want the quality work. So, and I, when I met you at the beginning, I think you taught me a lot of stuff, like how to be the best of you, you know? And this is what I really appreciate.
Well, I'm going to recommend you for the people, if you want to hear the complete story, you have a really nice podcast with Colin Austin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We say hi to Colin. By the way, Colin is his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Colin.
He's having a really good time. But if you want to hear the whole story of the whole process for Boris, please go and look for the episode with the podcast with Boris Kuchuk. Boris, we really appreciate that you came here to the program again. You know, task-oriented person, most of the time they don't even get lunch. I know that you get is a chocolate, yes? I know even his tradition.
Coffee. Espresso and chocolate.
Espresso. But thank you for coming here. By the way, I want to invite to the nonprofit that they are hearing us. This is a tremendous contact for you, because not only he can save you money, and it's great, a part of the money, but also can make your operation more efficient. This is what we are looking for. Every time that we get more efficient in what we do, a lot of savings we can create and a lot of better things is going to come for us. Boris, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And give us a final message about your cyber attack class that we're going to put together.
Yeah, so we're going to plan a much bigger class this time. It's going to be online. I'm going to be talking about cybersecurity awareness. They're going to teach you in a very, very basic level of how to be careful with the internet, with the email, phishing attacks, cybersecurity attacks, security tools. I'm going to introduce you to some very, very good security tools that can minimize your viruses and malware and all these threats out there. So stay tuned, and I will be in touch with you so we can publish this date, whatever it's going to be. And I really, really want you guys to join. It's all free.
Perfect. Boris, thank you again. We're going to have a small break, and we come back with Carrie Ward from Dark Chakra Insurance. She's here, and she is really excited to tell us a lot of her life and why she's doing what she does. Thank you again, Boris. See you soon then.
Thank you.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration. The best restoration, masters of disasters.
Hello everybody, this is Elio Piera here to tell you that we are in the age of the 3 C's. Yes, in case you haven't noticed it, the 3 C's. Accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So what are you doing to stand out, to make a difference within your industry, within your market, to become an influencer, a voice, a powerhouse within your market? Well, let me tell you, we are what you're looking for. We have what you're looking for, what you need. I'm telling you, you need your own custom podcast to start reaching the numbers, to drop everyone's attention out there and to make a difference. Because let me tell you, if you don't jump in the train today, you're gonna see the train leaving from far behind. And let me tell you something else. This is the age of the 3 C's. Overwhelming complexity, tremendous competition, and accelerated change. So what are you waiting for?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming to the second part of our nonprofit episode today. Again, Jorge Villalobos is your host today from The Best Restoration, and we have Elio La Piedra Fiesta. in the back doing all the crazy production. We had a really, really nice conversation with our good friend Boris Kuchuk. Remember, for the nonprofits, if you have these problems in your organization, and if definitely you need somebody who can help, then this is the person. Really affordable. We don't come to promote here anybody. This is the truth. We come to promote people that they just want to help others, and that's the reason that we have a really good friend, Carrie Ward. Carrie, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Thank you. Nice to see you here, and I know that you were really excited to be live. She was like, how am I gonna say it and what I have to do? But I think we have a really good friend that is her boss, Mr. John Dar, that he come here all the time. Mr. John, we say hi to you. Carrie represents and she works for how many years are you already there?
This year will be 15.
15. Working for Dar Chacao Insurance. I did it right?
Correct.
Correct. This is my accent. Don't let me do it better. But, 15 years in the same place. This is what I've been doing for 15 years in the Best Restoration. Carrie, tell us about you and your life. Why you are in Gainesville. Tell us about your story.
Okay, well, my story isn't nearly as profound as Boris's. I feel a little boring. So I'm from Gainesville. I was born in Miami, but we've been here since I was about a year and a half old. So I'm from Gainesville. Grew up here, went to school here, lived here most of my life. Left for a little bit, lived in Palm Beach County for 5 years.
Okay.
That's where I met my husband. Then when we had our daughter, we moved back up here to be closer to my family and have help. So I've been back since then. I've been at Dar Chacao since then.
And you start to work in the insurance since the beginning? Or you have experience doing something different?
No, 1998. This is pretty much all I've done.
That means that we can say that you give all your life to John Dar. Yes?
All of my adult life has been in insurance,
Mr.
yes.
John, I hope recognition after this. Tell us about you, because I know that not only that you are really involved with your work, and we really appreciate it. I love something that talk about loyalty and engagement when you work in the same business for too much time. My father, he worked more than 30 years for Nestle in Colombia. This is something that doesn't happen anymore. If somebody is working for the same company for 3 years, they give them a ticket to go to Jamaica or something like this. But for now, to see people working in the same place for 15 years is a really great thing, and congratulations to both, because I'm pretty sure it's not only the employer, but the employee also. They do a lot of things together. Yes. But tell us about what is the philosophy inside of your business about the giving back.
So our agency has always been very involved in a lot of different things, Stop Children's Cancer, United Way, just to give back as much as we possibly can. Clearly everyone gets very busy with their own lives, but we've always tried to give back, whether it's participating in golf tournaments or actual volunteer events, the monetary side of things. John Dar and Ray Chacao have both been very involved in the community. Ray Chacao's wife, Melanie Shore, has been very involved in the community. She's a great role model for a lot of people. I started more so just kind of seeing, when my kids went to elementary school and going and having lunch with them and seeing children not have lunch or get up to the end of the line with their food and there's no money on their account. And that's kind of where I started to see areas of opportunity where we could help. And so I just started taking extra cash with me when I went to lunch with my kids. So whenever I saw those happen, you could just kind of slide it to the cashier and make sure those kids got lunch. Of course, volunteering, chaperoning for school, whatever the school needed me to do, staple papers. Spent a lot of time in a library organizing books.
You see?
So that's kind of where I started and where I found a passion for it. And then as time went on, I started with United Way and some other organizations that we've become quite fond of since then.
What happened with your kids? They feel it. They realize what you are doing for others, and they think that this is what they want to do. How you deal with them? Because this happened to me also. As soon as I start to take my kids to some of these events and some of these moments, because you not always are in a hotel or in a restaurants when everybody's drinking a beer and having fun. Sometimes you are inside of these places, like we were talking a few minutes ago. We were in San Francis House years ago, and this is, by the way, great opportunity, because I met Beth Hammock, that is my right-hand operation manager of the Best Restoration. I met her in a volunteer day of work in San Francis House. I didn't know her. She was with Carrie, and she say, "Oh, this is my aunt." And I say, "Nice to meet you. Everything is cool, very nice." She was so friendly. I see her helping everybody. And I say, "I want to talk with this lady." And I think she got more than a year with me already. And I'm so, again,
It's been a couple years.
you are looking for people. You can find really nice people in these events. Tell us about how is this between your family, your kids, and how they recognize the need of other people.
So my daughter comes along a lot. She's become quite fond of you. You're kind of like Uncle George. She comes a lot. She goes to Grace Marketplace with us and helps serve food. And she's done St. Francis House. And Tyler came and helped us paint at St. Francis House one day. So they enjoy it. And I think that it gives them the opportunity to realize that not everyone has the life that they have. And learn the reasons why and how they can help people their age have other things and better things and those types of things. So the kids see it for sure. My daughter definitely has a grasp of it, and she has that very helpful nature, like her mom does.
I remember because we were and we have fun. By the way, if the people have the opportunity, and I'm gonna invite whoever haven't had the chance to do it, Grace Marketplace, they have a day that the people do breakfast in a cafeteria, Cafe 133 or 131. I think it's 131.
I think it's 131.
Then you go in the morning, and it's not just bring food. Bring food is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, and I love it because it's the easy way. But when you go to Grace Marketplace, you have to do the breakfast, and you start from zero. And I'm going to tell you what is my breakfast. My breakfast is 2 eggs that are already in a bag. I just get it, and I put salt, and I eat it. Or a waffle that I put in the machine, and is done. A piece of cheese, and sometimes milk with hot chocolate. That's it. I don't have to do nothing. Then go to a place that you have to do everything. Was a great experience. Tell us about it. What is your feeling? Because I think it was extremely fun and educational too for the people who were with us.
Yeah, it is fun. I don't like to cook at all. My kitchen is simply there to look pretty. I don't like anything to happen in it. But I enjoy that. It is fun. It's not only do we pay for the food, but we go and prepare it. And I think one morning I scrambled 400 eggs.
Yes.
So it was a lot of cooking. I can't forget how many tater tots Aunt Beth tossed in that thing. So it takes it's a few hours. It's a lot of work, but we have fun. We talk and laugh and joke, and you kind of rotate around and learn how to do some different things. We've wrapped goodie bags and sandwiches and all kinds of things, but we always have a good time. And everyone is so appreciative. I think that was what I was worried about getting involved with the homeless shelter, was just the interactions. But everyone there is just so kind, and they're so thankful. And you really just feel great about yourself when you leave. So it's been a wonderful experience. And even when the kids go, they enjoy it, and they see how welcoming and appreciative people are.
Yeah, and if you think about it, not only the people who is getting the food, they are really grateful. Also, the team members that they work in the organizations, they see. When you go, I have a really nice moment, positive moment through Mr. Zig Ziglar used to talk about these positive moments of truth. And I went to the Grace Marketplace event with my wife, and I remember that I saw one of the guys who was working this day that we went to get the breakfast, and he was the one who was taking the numbers, and they have to have a kind of a ID just to be sure that they can provide them the food. And I was so impressed that he can be really hard to the guys, telling, if you don't have I need your number, even if you don't have the card. But he was really friendly too at the same time. Then I give him a big hug, because I remember that I went there one day, and he has to do this every single day. How we can appreciate
Multiple
what these
times a day.
people does. This is a full-time job. Sometimes when you do these events, and I always share this with my friends, you go one day and you get impressed. You go one day and you left this place and you are like, oh my God, today was tough. But you know what? You go the next day to do whatever you do regularly, but these people has to come back to do it the next day. This is when we have to be there to just tell them how we appreciate what they do.
Yeah.
But share something else also with me, because I know that you are part of different organizations right now. And I know, obviously, for the Chakra family, I say it right? Checkout family. I meet them, by the way, in the event on Thursday night. They were incredible. What other things that you do also? Because I know that you are really involved with the kids' cancer.
We are very involved with Stop Children's Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, really, United Way is kind of where we've hung in there. I've done a couple spin-off things with United Way, and I do a lot of things directly with St. Francis House with Lori. We do direct things with Grace Marketplace. I was trying to think if there was something else.
And we were talking before this production about how important, and it's a message for the people. And I want to say this believe me, with all the respect and with all my heart. The donations, we were talking about that. We were trying to select some clothes in the middle of a big room, and was a lot of bags for people that they donate all these clothes. And I try to make the people understand that a donation is something that somebody can use. A donation is not something that you decide that you're going to put it in the garbage, but the plan B is to donate it. If it's something that is in bad condition, if it's something that you have a hole in the middle of the shirt, it's better if you put it in the trash. It's better if
you wouldn't wear it or lay on it, then nobody else wants to either.
Thank you. We found some shirts, very expensive shirts, by the way, that have a stain. Possible the owner, they don't want to use this shirt because has a stain here. That's great. Possible somebody can use it. Somebody can have a sweater over, or somebody can use it because it's a brand new thing and you can see it. But we have to, and I remember this day, that we have to remove from a bag. The clothes still were wet. That means that possible somebody had an accident and the water went through all these clothes, and they put it in a bag and they send us to a donation. Now, the people feel great because they did the donation, but at the same time, I'm going to recommend you, this is not a donation. You're not doing a favor to anybody. You are doing a favor to you, because instead of go to the dumpster, you are bringing to them. But believe me, remember, this is when you are bringing something that is from your family, something that is your neighbor, something that is a friend of your son that go to the same school. Then I recommend you, and I'm sorry, I'm apologize, and I say this with all the respect, is that please be sure that we do this better. Tell us about, because I want to, before we close with you, tell us about your chocolates, because your chocolates are famous. My father worked in Nestle all his life. And believe me, he used to travel around the world, and he used to bring the best chocolates that always get everywhere. And believe me, I never get the chocolates that Dar and Chakra Insurance have for the customers. Tell us about this, and tell me about if you know the story, because I know that is a story behind. I know the story really well because John, he shared the story with me because he was really impressed about what I like these chocolates. What is the special? I say, I'm a chocolate professional. Then I can tell you this chocolate have something that you cannot find in other chocolates. Tell us about this, Carrie.
So what he's really saying is I'm in trouble for not bringing the chocolates today.
This is the message, okay?
I did think of that as soon as I walked in. I also didn't know that about your dad.
Yes.
So the fact that you love them so much, I'm even more honored now. The story behind the chocolates is we have a premium finance company that would come and bring us the chocolates. And they actually loved the chocolates so much themselves, they bought the chocolate company.
Mm-hmm.
So the premium finance company now owns this particular chocolate company. I believe they're out of Colorado. And we liked them so much that now we also buy the chocolates from the premium finance company. And they are very good.
Hear
I
about
agree.
it. You know,
Very, very good.
everything is getting
I just forgot them today.
together. She just forget it.
He has
But-
had them. He has had them.
Anyway, we're going to finish this program. I'm going to give you, Carrie, the chance to have a message for everybody who is outside that think that they have the time, that they are looking for something to do that possible going to help somebody. You know how many times you hear the people saying, I want to do something, but I don't know what. I don't know how to help people because I don't have any contacts. I want to try to do some time helping somebody, but I don't know how. You know how. Tell us about it. Give us a message to everybody. Tell us about, first, how we can help these people to hear this out, and also how we can help the nonprofit that they are looking for people like you that all the time are ready to help. Or for Beth, a big message for Beth. I hope she is working and she's not watching the program right now because possibly it's her lunch time and she's doing it.
She's eating your chocolates.
Yeah, she's eating a chocolate. Go ahead.
So my message would be volunteering your time is as important, if not more, than monetary donations. Sometimes nonprofits have the money to do things, but they can't find the help to do it, or the projects are too small and it's hard to get a painter to do it or a landscape company. They always need those things, and while some of those things don't sound like something you'd really want to do on a Saturday, it truly is fun. It's always a good group of people. You always have fun. You always leave knowing that you've helped them. Everyone is so appreciative. If you want to do anything like that and you don't know how to start, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to George. We know a lot of people in those areas, and we can certainly find you a project to do. COVID has clearly kind of
Affected
cut
whole
some
thing.
of that off a little bit, but hopefully we're going to get back into doing those things. Even with COVID, you know, we've been sending dinner to St. Francis House where we haven't been able to go prepare it and see people, but we can at least, you know, have it delivered. So hopefully we'll get back into being able to physically volunteer on site again. And if you want to participate in that, reach out to one of us and we will help you.
Okay. What a nice message. What a nice visitors today. Thank you for what you do. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to say the same all the time. Thank you to our really good friend, Rachel Garcia. It's possible she is Rachel, I'm sorry. She's going to see us today. Then I want to say thank you because, you know, she always also is going behind all this process. And obviously your company, Dark Chakra Insurance, I'm never going to say it good, and I'm sorry, Melanie, but I'm going to work about it. But thank you for the businesses, because the businesses, if it's not the decision of the owners of these companies to have somebody from their team to go to do these things, that they don't gonna do it. This is just the decision of companies, decisions of great people to say, hey, come on, this is a great opportunity and a great door that we can help. Why we don't do it? Thank you again for everybody to be here in our program. The next Monday we're gonna have another nonprofits that coming here to tell us their story. thank you again for your time. We are growing. Our community for nonprofit is growing, and we are excited about it. And obviously, this don't gonna happen if it's not that we have La Fiesta Media and Elio La Fiesta Piedra in the back. Then thank you again. We'll see you next Monday. Thank you again. You were wonderful.
Thank you for
don't miss
having
my
me.
chocolates next time. And we're gonna have, I hope you have the nice rest of the week. Thank you, and we'll see you next Monday.
The Non-Profit Report is going live in 3, 2, 1.